Hello guys, how you all doing? Thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you're doing great wherever you may be. It's your boy Duplex here to talk about total football. First of all, you know how it goes. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night wherever you may be. Let's go. So today we'll start talking by talking about racism in football, involving Vinicius Jr and Rudiger. Also, we will also talk about Enzo Fernandez, and then we will talk about Manchester and Arsenal's preseason friendlies, and we will discuss two players, Leny Yoro and Riccardo Calafiori. So, welcome again. First of all, we'll start in Spain. Real Madrid confirmed guilty verdict for someone who used different personas to aim racial and Islamophobic attacks on Vinicius Jr and Rudiger, respectively. So, a part of the statement that Madrid put out reads like this, and I'm quoting. So, Real Madrid CF announces that the Parla Court of Instruction number 5 has today handed down a guilty verdict against a person who, acting under various pseudonyms on the digital forum of the Massa newspaper, directed serious racist attacks and insults against our players Vinicius Jr and Antonio Rudiger. They were accused of two offenses against moral integrity committed against Vinicius Jr and Antonio Rudiger, both aggravated by the fact that they acted with racist motives, and in the case of Antonio Rudiger, also in contempt of his religion. So another part of the statement also mentioned about the sentence terms that have been handed to the defendant, which is a suspended 8-month prison sentence, and the condition that he undertakes an equal treatment and non-discrimination program. So, of course, you'd remember this is not the first time that Vinicius Jr is being the subject of racism. It's really unfortunate that in 2024 we are still talking about racism in football, or racism just in general. So sad. Anyway, in other news, and unfortunately still about racism, some new details have emerged about the racist video that Enzo Fernandez put on his Instagram account during Argentina national team Copa America win celebrations. In the video, Argentina players were heard singing a racist chant formulated by the fans, and this chants target black French players and their African heritage. Enzo has since put out a statement apologizing for any offense, saying that he was caught up in the moment and distanced himself for being a racist character. It appears that Messi had earlier warned his teammates against disrespectful celebrations, as confirmed by Rodrigo de Paul in a statement where he also defended his teammate Enzo. It is widely believed that Messi, alongside other few teammates like Emiliano Martinez, were not present in the bus that housed the Argentine players singing the racist chants. However, the video did not go down well, as Chelsea teammate Wesley Fofana replied by saying in a statement on Instagram that the video is an inhibited racism. Chelsea FC have also put out a statement condemning the incident in a strong term. Also, they have confirmed that an internal disciplinary procedure is underway. The FFF, which is also the French Football Federation, have pledged to file an official complaint with FIFA France coach Didier Deschamps also condemned the incident strongly. So we should be talking about football and celebrating the wins of both Spain and Argentina in their respective competitions. You know, football is very much loved in Africa and including Argentina. Personally, I'm a Messi fan. So it's unfortunate that we have to be talking about racism instead of focusing on football. So now moving away from racism, Lionel Messi has been pictured enjoying the sun after his Copa America exploits. Messi was injured in the final, has had a below par tournament in which he's registered 1 goal and 1 assist. It is not known how long he's going to be out with his ankle injury, but the Argentine forward is not being held back as far as having a good time is concerned. Moving on to England, I'm going to give my verdict on the Leny Yoro signing. You may all be aware that Manchester United completed the signing of Leny Yoro from League One side Lee for what is a mind-blowing 52 million sterling pounds in signing fees plus 5 million pounds in potential add-ons. Yoro made his debut aged 16 years and established himself in the team at 17. You know, the young teenage centre-back is very well regarded in France. I have watched some of his highlights and I can tell you that he's a very classy centre-back. But is he really worth 52 million pounds? Of course, no player is going to put a price tag on himself. The potential is there to be seen, but he is still very much a raw centre-back. With about a season and a half of experience, coming to Manchester United is going to be a lot of pressure because of his price tag, and you know, Manchester United fans are not known for being patient. So you know, I'm seeing a scenario where, you know, United have very experienced centre backs. They have Maguire, who I think is 30 or 31 years old. They have Johnny Evans, Lisandro Martinez. They have Lindelof, who has a lot of Premier League experience. So the initial thing that you think is maybe Yoro is not going to be a starter immediately. But then now that's going to leave some questions for Ten Hag, because bearing in mind, if any of the centre backs are not having a good game or a good season, the question is going to be popped up in interviews. You signed Leny Yoro for a lot of money. Why not play him? That is scenario number one. Scenario number two is the centre backs. Manchester United have a good season with the centre backs playing very well, and now Leny Yoro is not playing well. I mean, he's not playing at all in the league, maybe making a few appearances in cup games. So the question is still going to be asked of Ten Hag. Why sign a player with virtually no experience at the top level for such an exorbitant amount of money? And you know, this is going to kind of cause like a negative atmosphere, I'm guessing. So we'll just wait and see, I guess. Anyway, moving on, still about Manchester United. The team played a preseason game yesterday against Rangers, where they won 2-0. The goals were scored by Ahmad Dialo and Joe Ugil in either half. Is it Ugil or is it Hagil? Please let me know in the comment segment, if you know the proper pronunciation. So I watched the game. It was not the best I've seen, but it was better from the prior game. Both teams had chances, but United, as you'd expect, with better quality players, showed better quality in the final third. Mount looked okay and played some neat touches, a couple of good crosses in open play, and his set piece deliveries were good. He also made the assist for the Dialo goal. Casemiro played a couple of good passes, but other than that, he still had a poor game in general. As in the first game, Sancho was virtually anonymous. But a player I was impressed with was Dialo, and I think he's one to watch out for in this coming season. He's a massive dribbler, can use both feet, can go either way. He's very direct and very rapid, and took his goal very well. So if he can stay clear of injuries, I think he'll be a crucial player for United, which spells trouble for Rashford because now where does he play? The competition in those forward places at United is looking very fierce, which I think bodes well for the club. Still in pre-season, Arsenal also played more comfortable 2-0 win, pre-season win against Leyton Orient, which was the first game for Arsenal in pre-season. The goals were scored by Gabriel Jesus and Emil Smith-Rowe on either half. The performance was decent but not spectacular. What I learned from the game, however, is that Nketiah is not good enough to be playing for Arsenal or any team or top team challenging for top honors. He had 3 good opportunities and scored 0 goals. I think another player, say maybe like a Julian Alvarez, who I think we should go and sign, or we should try to sign, or just a good enough player, say like a Vinicius Jr, would have scored a hat-trick in that game. So I repeat, or I'm going to make this statement, which I made last season, for anybody who spoke with me as the season was starting. I said this and I'm going to say it again. If Arsenal do not sign a top level striker, then the league is still in Man City's hands, which means it's Man City's to lose.